Hi, my name is Danielle, and I am here with my partner Joseph, and we are against animal steroids. History of steroid use in animals is steroids have been used in animals since the early 1950s. They were used to make animals grow to their full size much faster than before. This had been used to also increase the full-grown size of the animals. The FDA was the organization that approved the use of steroids in animals. They had deemed that it would be safe to use a specific amount of steroids in animals for the purpose of making them grow larger and faster to meet the growing needs of the expanding U.S. population. Since the 1950s, the amount of steroids used has also grown. Steroid use has rapidly grown since it was introduced to the point where today many animals have this done to them. Since the 1950s, the Food and Drug Administration has approved a number of steroid hormone drugs for the use in beef, cattle, sheep, including natural estrogen, progesterone, testosterone, and their synthetic versions. These drugs increase the animal's growth rate and the efficiency by which they convert the feed they eat into meat. These steroid hormone drugs are typically formulated as pellets or implants that are placed under the skin on the backside of the animal's ear. The implants dissolve slowly under the skin and do not require removal. The ears of the treated animals are discarded at slaughter and are not used for human food. Some of the approved drugs are synthetic versions of the natural hormones, such as trenbolone acetate, and zeranol. No steroid hormone implants are approved for growth purposes in dairy cows, veal calves, pigs, or poultry. All of the steroid hormone implants are available for over-the-counter purchase in the U.S. and are generally given by the livestock producer at specific stages in the animal's growth. Unless otherwise approved and labeled for reimplantation, only one ear implant may be given to an animal during a specific stage of growth. Problems with steroid use. Steroid use in animals, while having the effect of increasing the growth rate of the animals and the overall size of the animals, it also has a number of side effects on the animals themselves. The animals that are treated with growth hormones and steroids are far more likely to be affected with disease due to their rapid growth and the steroid affecting their immune system. The growth hormones cause animals to grow so fast that parts of their bodies can't keep up with their growth rate. Some animals may not be able to support themselves at a point. The argument against using steroids in animals isn't so much one that they can hurt humans, which they can, but it is more or less a moral argument. The argument being that these animals are being mistreated by being given steroids and growth hormones. Steroid use in livestock. The FDA approved the use of steroids and growth hormones in the 1950s. The only use of steroids that they had approved at the time was using the steroids to increase the growth of livestock, such as sheep and cattle, for human consumption. Today, steroids are used in almost every animal that humans eat. The side effects of the steroid use are clear to see. The animals can, for the most part, not keep up with the rapid growth and changes to their body from the steroids, and many become immobile and diseased due to their sedentary lifestyle. The animals suffer greatly because of this, and many of them die before they can reach maturity.
Cultural and sociological importance. The increased population and exponential growth of the U.S. has inevitably led to the increased use of growth hormones and steroids in animals. The population in the U.S. has grown from around 160 million people in the 1950s to over 328 million people today. This growth has had a major effect on the food industry, and this is shown by the increase in portion size and the growth of the food industry as a whole. According to studies, food sizes have increased dramatically, especially in the fast food industry, like hamburger sizes increasing by over 23%, and drink sizes increasing by 50%. This increased demand for food has spiked the population of livestock, increasing from the 1950s till now. This increase in population, namely cattle, has had a noticeable effect on life in America as a whole. Side effects. From the FDA, there are no listed side effects that could affect humans from using steroids in animals used for food. All improved steroid implant products have a 0-day withdrawal, meaning that the meat from these animals is safe for humans to eat at any time after the animal was treated. While this is true, there are also many side effects on the population, like increase in diseases from increased production, and also a decrease in overall health of the public by making food more easily attainable and overall worse. A study shown that children born to women who have consumed steroid-enhanced beef are less fertile, and the fact that more animals are susceptible to diseases creates a higher risk for those diseases to be transferred to humans. The effect on pets. Steroid use in pets makes the pets in question lose their ability to fight diseases. Steroids can cause pets to contract diabetes, pancreatitis, and even other life-threatening diseases, and including blood clots. While steroids are used to recover from injury faster, they can also cause some serious side effects, many of which can be life-threatening. These diseases listed were just some examples of diseases that could potentially afflict your pet if you have to use steroids. And due to the fact that steroids lower your pet's immune system overall, this will lead to many problems in the foreseeable future. The use of steroids overall decreases the health of your pet and has many adverse side effects. In summary, steroid use was approved in the 1950s by the FDA and has seen a rapid rise in use since this time. The argument against steroids isn't really an argument of legality, but more so an issue of morality. Animals that have been subjected to steroid use have a tendency to be more diseased and unable to fend for themselves because their bodies cannot match the growth rate caused by the steroids. The effect steroids used in these animals is seen as rapidly growing public health problems in the country today. Steroid use can also hurt your pets and even lead to their death because their bodies cannot take the adverse side effects of the steroids, including lowering their immune system. Steroids can have a negative effect on humans and have known to cause problems to people. Overall, steroid use in animals isn't very detrimental to humans, but it is very harmful to the animals that have been exposed to them.